You're funny.
So now see his knee comes much nicer to the floor. Airplane! Airplane! I know, airplane's important. There you go. Good roll over.
You did it.
Now same thing on this one. The knee's not ready to come down to the table. Do you see the difference? So here, on this side. See if he'll do it. See on this side the difference how the knees coming to the table. On this side, the difference of the knee not coming to the table. Just that little difference. Yeah. But he hasn't learned it yet. So now we're gonna. But I'm just trying to teach very subtle clues, but see now he's planting with the foot.
Is that a good thing?
Well, no, see, it's easy for him to push back.
Oh.
To stop the roll.
So does he just get to a point in his back where his balance just
Back,
says,
pelvis, well he's never rolled over before, and he's bigger than proportional, I mean, you know, this is what's nice about having small babies. They still have so much more of a chance that they can catch up quicker because they're still proportions. Easier for him to learn how to sit up in this position. If his torso started really growing out, even just 2 months from now, unbelievable difference just in body weight to get that sucker up versus, you know. But, so I allow him to play with a toy, but I'm just looking for where I can work with that knee to present where the knee's okay. And then the chest. There we go. There. Okay, so the knee's there. So notice how I'm just here applying pressure through the pelvis, bringing the knee. What? I know! Did you catch it? Did you catch it? There you go. Hands are up, so it's going to be a little bit easier. Now that was just the head lift that he fought me. See, just balancing the head, bringing it upright is work. And notice too, again, I'm not bringing him to all fours. I'm just letting him get used to bringing the head up. So, but with the knee thing, so what that is, and I'll do it for Mr. Camera and then for you guys, but, so what the knee thing is, so if I come around like this, I'm just stopping myself. But when my knee and my foot now rotate, so they come around like this, first of all, now I'm here. You know what I mean? So now my whole, when my knee's down, then I can rotate and then that's that lizard. It goes into where it's knee. But if I'm like this, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
But here it's complete move. And it's also complete move with the pelvis.
So without some kind of help, do some babies like do it really well with one knee and then that's just their habitual side and they don't even try it with the other side?
Oh, absolutely. And you see that evident with baseball players, you know, or stuff like that, where, you know, with their speed. But also, my one argument too with this is internal acceleration. That's why Deanna was rolling him on his back, because you want that pelvis to be able to just go and go around like that. And also too, I'm not dizzy from doing that. A lot of kids, because they haven't practiced it, they spin around and they're like, oh, and other kids just feed off of it because it's just easy to do. So if I'm always like this, right, but on this side, I'm okay, you know what I mean? But that'll just throw off my internal rotation. So when I go to throw a ball, you know what I mean? I might have it pretty decent here, but if this was my habit to throw a ball here, then I'm not going to have that internal rotation. And people go, oh, well, you're right-handed versus left-handed, no big deal. But again, that's where I say to people come to me to get out of pain, but that's where I can say, I can take it to Mount Everest. It all depends where you want to go for it. For most people, they just associate movement with pain versus, wow, I can do my life so much better, but that's just way too much of a concept. But yet for babies, you know, if we've got, quote, money, we expose them to soccer and this, that, and the other. But when it comes to kids, especially special needs, A, we don't spend the money. Part of it's the system because everything's, quote, free. So we don't think outside the box. Why wouldn't you try your kid with horse or with me or with soccer? Just because there's, quote, special needs, you do it with your typical child. So again, kids don't get that roundedness, you know. In a lot of cultures, you can't bring kids with special needs outside. I mean, or more into public because of what people say, and you know. So there's a social thing too. But.
Do you think that, just hearing you say about the different sides, that if like everybody say did this as a baby, that you really wouldn't be like right or left-handed?
Well, you're gonna have to pick a whole.
Would that be anyways?
Have a convenience. I think a lot of that has to do with the vein goes up the side of the neck to bring the blood in. So normally, if I go to the right, I don't have any kind of kinked pressure. But if I was writing with the left, I would have more pressure through this vein because that's again just how the blood comes up to the head. So I think just more naturally, it is just easier for the system to go right-handed. Technically, I should be able to read. I mean, as far as all that's concerned, I can read that this is prevention. I can read this is prevention. You know, you should be able. The letter P in your brain is always a P. Well, P might be a B or a D. You know what I mean? If it's upside down. But when you're seeing it in context, one of the things to strengthen kids with reading is you read upside down. So I can read up here that it's the shingles vaccine, you know, because just the way my eyes are set up. So the more you do things like that, you strengthen the brain that way. But if every kid had this, the whole point of this work is to be in neutral. So if I'm just like this, I should be able naturally to get up to the right or to the left. The less my brain has to think about, well, if I get up to the left, you know, now I'm going to hurt my tailbone. Now I'm going to, oh, my elbow really doesn't move in this direction, so I need to go to the right. You'll see that automatically lying down. Now I'm going to lie down right now, and my head will go this way. If I go this way, your head almost naturally goes where it's more comfortable automatically. And then people will test it, and they realize they can't do this way, that this way was correct. So our brains are just unbelievable calculators of movement. So they know, so the more you have a movement vocabulary, the more options you have to do something. So if you have greater understanding of movement, then your mathematics is that much higher, so your intellect is that much higher. You know, you can understand social situations more, appreciate what cavemen did with so little stuff because you understand how movement. So if every kid had this, I believe we would just have a more peaceful society, but be a more intellectual society, because they would, you know, analyze life a bit more and look at the significance of things. Let's put it this way, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't hurt somebody.